is I, your friend, your neighbor, Foul Pal Darrell. I'm not going to be with you guys long. I am eventually going to get back to making my educational videos, honey. We're going to get back to saving orchids, all of those things. But in the meantime, honey, I want it to be known that when I give you advice, you can listen to it. Okay, so all I'm gonna do real quick, show you real quick some of the orchids that I have in waterculture that is blooming. Let you know real quick that I'm not doing nothing special. In fact, girl, the last time I did a water change is the last time I did a video, honey, which was about 2 months ago. So I'm just going to show you some of the phenomenal things happening with my orchids, some of my orchids in waterculture. Stay tuned. Hold on, honey. Hold on. So this is my Phalaenopsis. If you could remember that I named Randy, that I got from Virginia. You know, it also had received by my care fertilizer burn. Okay, fertilizer burn and cold damage. That's a whole different video I already made to go check it out. But some of you guys might look at this and think that this is spider mites, which it could be. But this right here is fertilizer burn. But even with the fertilizer burn, it dropping leaves, girl, it did give us some beautiful blooms. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and making another 5. That is something that you're going to see a lot of with orchids in waterculture, is that they don't give you the typical 7 blooms. Okay. So I just wanted you guys to see that it really isn't any water in here at all. Like I told you, it's been 2 months. The only thing that I have done is added a little water to it. I had not fertilized them in 2 months. And as you can see, this baby gave me 3 beautiful fragrant blooms, okay, in waterculture. And it also suffered from the fertilizer burn as well, okay, by leaving it in fertilized water in cold temperatures for too long, okay. So that's how you can avoid it. This little darling right here, I am so proud of her because she has held on to this bloom for months. She is losing leaves. Yes, she is, but she's also growing leaves. Understand that growing orchids in water is not they're not going to get the nutrients that a orchid in a pot would get, okay? Because once you rinse out those nutrients, girl, that's it. But that's a whole different video. This right here is another orchid in waterculture that also suffered fertilizer burn. And as you can see, she is giving me a nice flower spike. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 5 buds, 6. I can see another one being formed. So 6 buds so far. So far, so good. That's really great for orchids growing in the method of waterculture. Now, I do have other orchids in waterculture. Not as many as I used to, but definitely want to show you that the majority of the ones that I did keep are, in fact, doing very well. This is another orchid in waterculture. Does it look fabulous, girl? No, but she doing what I need her to do, which is make me some blooms. So there you go. So there's like 4 or 5 orchids in waterculture. Look at this beautiful baby since we are down here. Yes, ma'am. All reblooms, honey. I have not bought an orchid since early this year. Girl, we're in October. So this is the orchid in the waterculture. You guys had seen her blooms before. She is the one with the beautiful pink blooms. She just was out of bloom. She had rebloomed on this flower spike right here. The blooms fell off, and now she has rebloomed again. 1, 2, 3, 4 flower buds. this little Sogo. You know, I'm so sick of my Sogos, honey. I don't know what to do. But she's in flower spike as well in water. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted you guys to take a chance to see, honey, that when I start back giving you guys expert advice about caring for your orchids in water culture, you won't question me. Because, girl, you don't have to do all those water changes. You don't have to make it complicated. Water culture still works. It still works. I'm sorry you just tuning in, honey. But I was just showing all of my orchids um, in bloom. That's in water culture, which was about 5. I don't have too many orchids still in water culture, but the most of the ones I have, hey Fat Pat Caillou, most of the ones that I have are in bloom. So when I give y'all my good old advice for water culture, I don't want you to tell me something. Well, girl, somebody did this, somebody did that. Girl, just put it in water and leave it alone. I'm not, girl. Don't, girl. Do you see? Do you see what I have on, honey? I've been walking. I have not been at home watering no orchids all day, even though I'm about to. I am about to water some orchids. But you know, that's an orchid in water culture. This orchid right here in water culture has some more flowers, and I think that's in my Sogo has flowers, and that's it. And Caillou, this is your orchids. This is your Oncidium. I have the hardest time getting Oncidiums to bloom, but I mean it does happen. This is my second Oncidium bloom, so I'm still a little insecure with reblooming Oncidiums, but it is possible and it does happen. I just have not figured out what makes them rebloom. Okay, I still ain't figured out the fertilizer, and I think that's what it is because I don't give them a lot of fertilizer. Um, and this is your Phalaenopsis finally growing a leaf. Hopefully, it'll be a normal leaf. So. Oh, and you gave me another orchid, Maturity. I just got through saying that in my last little live video about my Vanda, about it being a mature plant, and when you are looking for an orchid. Oh, so that's what you're saying, that when it comes to Oncidiums, it comes down to maturity. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All of my Oncidiums have pseudobulbs everywhere. But so I don't know what a mature I don't know what it looked like. But this my old baby, my first Oncidium to rebloom and my first successful Oncidium. So she's doing really well in my little setup that I got for her. And so is your Oncidium. I'm getting a lot of the accordion leaves, and I think that's because I'm letting them get too dry. I don't know, but as you can see, I'm having that problem. Oh, Lord. See, when it gets real bad like this, you have to actually go in there real gentle and kind of hip it out because it gets stuck. So you have to open it up a little bit, get your fingernail, and, you know, just open it up a little bit. See, I broke it, but it's okay. But you gotta open it up for it to it will keep growing, but it's gonna grow a lot slower, cause problems. So if you're able to, go ahead and do that, honey. That's what I've been doing. Cause I was sitting here the longest like, why is it not growing? It was growing, it just was stuck. And I'm assuming it was stuck because it wasn't, you know, getting enough water. I don't know, honey. But you know what the roots look like. So look at the roots, Caillou. These are all, you know, these are the roots right here that you gave me. So all the roots that you see are my roots that was grown in my care because I've repotted it in this, of course. So, I mean, it has roots, honey. I'm just waiting for her to give me some blooms. So I don't know how this works, but I'm waiting on it. And so far, since I got you guys, my favorite Phalaenopsis orchid contest is to my okay, to my understanding, between these two, which is going to be my Phalaenopsis Reggie that my husband got me for my birthday for Valentine's Day, has consistently had blooms on it. He loves to give you 3 at a time. And so right now it doesn't seem like he's doing anything right now. But once these blooms start to fade, honey, some will get to growing, okay? And this is my white and red Phalaenopsis that I did name after Fal Pal Crystal. She keeps reblooming, but when she reblooms, she gives you a whole new display. So these are the 2 original flower spikes, and then she grew this offshoot right here, this branch, and gave me 7 or 8 new buds. And so now she has produced a new branch, and girl, she's giving me a whole nother display. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. So that's a whole different video. But both of these are also grocery store Phalaenopsis. I know the grocery store Phalaenopsis has a bad rep, but I'm telling you guys, I didn't like big Phalaenopsis orchids either. Trust me, I was the mini girl. I love everything mini. But I will say, now that I have so many large Phalaenopsis orchids, is, girl, as long as you keep them watered, they're going to keep reblooming. So don't be afraid. All of my orchids, I have not repotted anything. I have not repotted anything. Once the roots are silver and gray like this, go ahead, soak them 10, 15 minutes, let them dry, 10, 15 minutes, put them back in the exact same spot. Girl, that's all you got to do. With Fab Paddle, I'm doing that and it's still not working. Get you a grow light. I was not having all these blooms, so I got grow lights. Out of all my grow lights, the one from Walmart, which is not even a grow light, but a workshop light, for I think it costs like $13. This is what's making the girls happy. Okay, this is what's keeping them in bloom. Now I got a lot of other grow lights, but I'm telling you, this from Walmart, $12, $13, and it's a workbench light. Okay, girl, you know, you pull the cord and then go out. But this is what the orchids love. This is what's making the girls keep reblooming. So I was trying to tell you guys about something. I can't even remember. Oh, my orchids in water culture. Yes, so when I start making my orchids and water culture videos, please take note, get your pen and paper, and listen to me. And that's all, folks. I'm gonna let you go with my white, beautiful. Yes, 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 yes. In water culture. I holla, I'm still out here. I still love you guys. I'm gonna make some educational videos, but girl, it's more to life about, girl, how to repot a Phalaenopsis, and girl, how to save a Phalaenopsis orchis, because I can't make it no simpler. Basically, everything that you see these other people doing is what you should not do. Everybody talking about cut the roots and slice and dice and add herbs and spices. One day I'm gonna have to sit y'all down. I'm gonna have to sit you down and show you. Look, now just for instance, almost every orchid that you see got a flower spike on it. If I don't say something about it, just know, girl, it's a flower spike on it somewhere, okay? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, 5 orchids that I've had all year or over a year has rebloomed once or twice or maybe more, and girl, they still okay. I ain't did nothing to them but water them. And orchids in water culture, I didn't repot them either, but at least I took them out the pot, so I guess you can kind of count them, but I'm not going to count them. So right now, if you just tuning in, I'm actually counting the orchids that I have never repotted. I've had at least a year or over, and they are doing well. I didn't have to slice and dice. I didn't have to add herbs and spices. I'm not using a special fertilizer. And I'm definitely not telling you guys anything wrong. I'm not telling you what I heard, honey. I would tell you if I was telling you what I heard, but I'm telling you what I know. Okay? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'd had this almost 2 years and I ain't repotted it. 12, 13, 14. And yes, she has a flower spike. I told you everything I'm showing you pretty much got a flower spike. 15, 16. So I'm counting the orchids I've never repotted to tell you guys, girl, growing orchids is not complicated. It's not hard. I'm trying to tell you the reason that you're trying to figure all this stuff out, you investigating, you trying to figure out how exactly to take care of a Phalaenopsis orchid is because, girl, somebody hurt you. You got some hurt inside of you and you don't want to deal with that hurt. So you're using orchids as an avoidance of the pain that whatever went on wrong in your life is causing you. Okay. Okay. 16, cause girl, this is not potted up. This just throw it in there. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and yes, it has a flower spike. 22. Fairpad Heath can tell you I had this for 2 years. 17. I never even watered this. This is one of those things. I don't succulents. I never watered it ever, and I've had it a year. 18, 19, and girl, you see how ridiculous this is. Okay, I don't have time, and it's making flowers. 19, all of this. 20, but it rebloomed in my care. 21, and that's all indoors. Okay, we're not gonna talk about the orchids outdoors. So to sum up what I just said, growing orchids is not complicated, it's not hard, it's not difficult. That's why I'm not making all these new videos, because girl, talking about dead stuff was not for me. You know, girl, I'm all for saving an orchid. Yes, I am. But girl, eventually you're going to get to a place where you have a lot of plants that are actually doing what you need them to do. And once you have that, you're not going to be sitting up there to my, oh, let me save this orchid. Let me save this orchid. I'm trying to tell you, girl, mama has been pouring into herself and investigating. You trying to save that orchid because in your psyche and your subconscious, somebody died on you or something died on you. And so because you can't fix that, you're going to do your best to save this orchid because that then will give you some type of reassurance or self-validation that you can fix all things. I don't know. I'm still working on it. If you don't believe me, I've been watching a lot of A&E hoarders. You know, we talk about orchid hoarders. Girl, if you don't know what a hoarder is somebody who don't clean their house. Somebody that just buy stuff, buy stuff, buy stuff, buy stuff. And understanding that's a mental illness. I'm not speaking this over your life, but I'm telling you, if you have some of the characteristic traits, you need to find out what hurt you walking around with. So my hurt was, at first I was lonely. My husband was gone all the time. My grandma had just passed away. I wanted more children because I still have to share my daughter, so I don't have my daughter living in my home 24/7. So I needed something. Okay, I needed something, but since then I've been working on it. I've been understanding what I need and what has to fill that void, which is Jesus. And I've been working on it. So I say the same thing to you. Girl, it's okay to have some orchids. I'm not girl, yes, we love orchids. But girl, when you start doing all this, honey, this not supposed to be in your living room. If you got to the point where you saying, girl, you gonna have all this stuff to accommodate some plants and you don't have no company coming over to your house, girl, all I'm saying is, girl, look in the mirror, ask yourself some questions. Some of us, girls, somebody passed in our life, we don't even give ourselves time to grieve. We just have to keep on moving. Some of us lost a child and have not, some of us don't even know how to grieve properly. So Orchids for Dummies, the channel that always talk about more than how to repot a phalaenopsis. I'm telling you, yes, mental I don't want to say mental illness because that's so negative, but let's just say hurt. Okay, hurt. All of these orchids is not going to talk back to you. They not gonna hold you at night. They definitely not gonna make love to you. You can't have children with these orchids. I'm trying to tell you, girl, understand you hurt and fix it. Fix it. Don't ignore it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it hurts so bad. Girl, when I got this tattoo, it hurted bad too. But I made it through because I had a made up mind that this is what I wanted for myself. Hey, my best friend, I love you. Oh, God bless you. I was just thinking about you. You got to rewind the video, but y'all, Karina, she's the water culture queen. Yes, God, she know what she is doing as well. But Fifi, I can't show you again because I got to get off of here. But long story short, girl, all of my orchids in water culture, and this is advice that Fifi gave me, and it might work for you. She said, whatever you are doing, if you do it long enough, it will work. So, Auntie Fifi, I don't do nothing. You can see the water, girl, is gone. I don't feel it all the way up anymore. I put it, about right there. And, I was fertilizing once a month, but I'm not doing that anymore because I don't have time. I'm living my best life. Which leads me to say that with your orchids, don't pamper them. All this, let's do this, let's do that. Don't pamper them like that because if you pamper them like that, they're not going to do what you need for them to do because they're spoiled. You can't spoil your orchids. So my orchids, it was very important for me that I raise strong, independent orchids, meaning they going to survive by themselves. Darrell, what you mean? How the orchid gonna survive by itself? Crystal, are you still here? Can you please verify to these people that these two orchids in particular have been like this at least a year? At least a year. I ain't did nothing to it. And you see, it keep growing. It keep growing. I don't water it or nothing. It be all on the floor and everything. This right here, I ain't did nothing to it. And you can see this right here. So, girl, this right here, girl, I'd probably watered this like 3 times in my life. Okay, you see a whole new thing. The original plant is dead and gone. But before it died, it made a whole new plant. I'm not fertilized. I'm not doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I'm taking care of me. And once you start taking care of you and leave them orchids alone, trying to figure out what's wrong with them orchids when you need to be figuring out what's wrong with you, your orchids gonna always die. They gonna always have some type of problem. It's gonna always be something you trying to fix. Your house gonna look like this. Honey, you just collecting stuff for the orchids and you ain't even using it. Your house looking toe up. So just real quick, just to give you a preview, about the orchid hoarding, which is what we're talking about. All this glass. Oh, I'm saving it. I might need it for an orchid in water culture. Girl, it's been there for a year. It's been there for, so I'm saying that because I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm definitely trying to teach you something. I'm not teaching you something I don't know about. But if you see these patterns and trends with you collecting stuff, and you can't do that. Something wrong with you, and you need to fix it. You need to ask God to help you. I'm gonna make some videos, to make you feel good, take your mind off of whatever you're going through, because I like making people laugh. But at the end of the day, this is real. I'm not gonna tell you something I'm just making up. Girl, you can ask Miss Orchid Girl. She was the first person to tell me that she has a mental illness or that she's dealing with, and she grows orchids. So a lot of us, we say, girl, even myself, I said, well, I start growing orchids and I don't have to take medicine anymore. That's because of the things orchids taught me, such as orchids will teach you patience. Orchids will teach you about different things that happen in different seasons. Orchids will tell you how to give tough love, meaning that, okay, you about to bloom, but I'm gonna have to cut this flower spike because you don't have roots. Orchids will teach you so much things that that you can apply to your day-to-day lifestyle, such as, girl, out of all these orchids I have, all of them don't I can't treat all of them the same. That's why the shelves are different, the lighting is different, because they have different requirements. So definitely orchids will teach you how to be more attentive. But let me close it, let me stop. I'm done saying what I had to say. Long story short, I'm gonna start making videos um as soon as I get through, and I'm there. It's just, girl, doing it. But I'm gonna make some videos, especially around this time. My grandma is coming up on her anniversary of her passing. Like I said, some of us have hurt and pain. We don't know how to forgive people. All of these things are associated to orchids, but it's not orchid care, because now we're talking about self-care. So orchid care has now turned into self-care. Take care of yourself the same. If you can sit there and watch Miss Orchid Girl for 16 hours, go for 16 hours, go learn how to do something for you. Girl, get you a whole new business, a whole new education. A lot of times it's just changing the perspective on it. The facts remain the same, but now you have a different attitude about it. And if you can have a positive attitude, positive things are going to come. They're going to come eventually. Girl, I'm trying to tell you. So, I love you. I'll see you real soon. And I hope y'all see me on TV somewhere, to be honest. I hope you see me on TV somewhere. Um, that's it. I love you guys so much. And Karina, look at my what this is, my dendrobium. Just sitting in water. Just sitting in water, chilling. Nothing special. Nothing special going on at all. And this has 4 flower spikes. 4 flower spikes at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last video I made, it did not have any roots. So I was basically saying that it's not complicated. If you go back to that video of me repotting this and seeing how it didn't have any roots, at all, it had root rot. All I did was stuck it back in the pot with new media, honey. I ain't try to pot it up. Go watch the video. I just stuck it in the pot. And already has roots everywhere and 4 flower spikes in less than 6 months. So I said that to say this: growing orchids is not complicated, honey. It don't take 38 videos for you to understand how to water a orchid. Okay, what you need to understand is that, girl, you, like anything else, give it a little water, give it a little light, every now and then give it a little food, and it's gonna grow. That's it. You don't have to cut and slice and dice and add herbs and spices. You cut, slicing and dicing and add herbs and spices because, girl, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. And I don't say that to be negative. I say that because if you don't know, you can't heal. I didn't know. I didn't know I was hurt. I didn't know that I'm hoarding stuff. I didn't know. But education is power. And so I hope to bring you guys that education. That Orchid Care is now self care, boo boo. Take care of yourself. Love you. And take care of them babies.